What about playing when you were back in Houston, playing with old ball hog? Was that fun?
James Harden. I love playing with James.
Uh-huh.
He was great.
I got nothing about it.
Yeah.
I just wanted to call him a ball hog. Tosh Show. Tosh Show. Tosh Show for show. Hello, everyone. It's me, Daniel Tosh. Where are my dogs at? Guys, you wouldn't know it just by looking at me, but I'm less than 24 hours away from having my first colonoscopy. And I'm going to give you all the information once I go through the procedure. But let me tell you what I've learned so far. A colonoscopy is one of the few, cancer screening things that's preventative. Nowadays, you can just like poop in an envelope and mail it to them. But that doesn't do what this does. If you actually go in and get the full colonoscopy, they will see, is it polyps?
Yes.
And they will remove them on the spot, which can turn into bad stuff down the road. I'm 48 years old, and my doctor said, I think it's time for you to do this. It used to be 40, but they're like, if you don't have any history, colon cancer in your family, you probably can wait a little bit longer. And then I asked my mom, I was like, she's like, well, your grandma died of colon cancer. And I'm like, Mom, you should have told me that. And she's like, well, she was 99. And she's like, she had to die from something.
Yeah, makes sense.
So yeah, colon cancer is what got her. So I'm going tomorrow, and fingers crossed, things are good. Now today, as you know, or may not know, I'm fasting. I can only drink clear liquids. So yeah, and then I have to take some laxatives and some other stuff that I'm gonna mix with the drinks, and it's gonna be awful. And I'm just gonna flush out my colon until 2 a.m. When I need to be pooping pure, clean water that you can drink. That's what I'm told. By 2 a.m., you should be able to drink from my sphincter. Anyway, yesterday was the last day that I was able to eat. So where do you think I went for my final meal?
I think like a good Italian meal.
A good Italian meal. That would have been my second choice. I went to a Dodger game.
Okay.
Yeah. Just fueled up on everything. Nothing cleans out my colon like 7+ innings at Chavez Ravine. But today it's Chandler Parsons. Chandler Parsons. So I do research for our guests before we come on, and I was researching him. And if you research Chandler Parsons, former NBA player, got into a bad car accident, you'll find out all about it. But anyway, the questions on there, like the first thing comes like, where did he play college? Where did he play in the NBA? Then the third thing, why did Chandler lose his job? And I'm like, what is this about? Oh, he quit on Christmas so that he could be home with Monica. And I'm like, oh, Google just switches to Chandler from Friends. And I'm like, these questions don't help me at all. Normally when people are on this show, I have one goal. I want people at home to know why I find them interesting, because usually they're pretty funny people. They're good at what they do. I just find them fascinating. But today I'm going to take probably a different approach, because this is someone that I don't want to come across in a positive way, because my wife finds him very attractive. And I know there's nothing I could do about it. Like if he's like, you know what, I want your wife, I'd be like, oh shit. I guess she's yours now. I don't, because she already likes you, and there's nothing I can do to him physically. Chandler, like he's so much bigger than you realize. You think, oh, you were just a 6'6" guy in the NBA, but then you're like, oh, you were 6'8", and then you touch him, and you're like, oh, you're pretty solid. It's not good. Hopefully he's not interested. He's happily married with children. So he probably has no interest in my wife. But what if he's like, you know what? I'm just going to do it because I can. And he takes my wife from me. Enjoy. Tosh Show. Today in the studio, we have a tall, handsome, rich, athletic, absolute stud of a man with a 12-inch schlong who has banged hundreds of women. We also have my guest, former NBA player and TV commentator Chandler Parsons.
Yeah, I'll take that. That was better than I expected. Well done.
Let me tell you something about that intro. Last night, I'm writing down what I'm going to say, and I call my wife over, and I say, hey, which is funnier, implying that I've banged hundreds of women or that I have a smoking hot wife? And she goes, banging hundreds of women.
Yeah, wow.
And then she walked away.
You married the right girl. You married the right one.
Chandler, do you believe in ghosts?
No,
Okay.
I don't. Do you?
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, yes. Big into ghosts. Love shows about ghosts.
Really?
No, I don't fucking do any of that stuff. You're from Florida?
Born and raised in Orlando, Florida.
Are you Orlando? But not Orlando.
I say Orlando. I was born in Winter Park. That also sounds fancier.
Rich.
No,
It is.
I grew up in Castleberry, which is a real white trash.
I'm from Titusville, so
Whoa.
yeah. Bill.
Yeah, see, I grew up in Castleberry. I went to Lake Howe High School. It's like the not nice part of Winter Park. The Seminole County, not Orange County.
Your parents still together?
Yeah,
They're still in Florida?
they're still in Florida.
Where?
They moved to Winter Springs. I got them up out of the hood when I got my big deal.
Uh-huh.
So
You paid for it?
yeah,
I got my parents out of Titusville, sent them down to Merritt Island.
beautiful.
Uh-huh. Do you go back a lot?
No. We actually did a thing. We have 2 kids now, and we would alternate Christmases. And now I have a daughter that's 2.5 and a son that's 6 months. And last year was the first year we were like, hey, like, it was like a serious conversation. Like, I don't know how to, like, we're going to do Christmas here in LA from now on. Like, when they're like, oh, this year? And I was like, no, like, forever. So, like, now, like, besides, like, literally, like, a wedding or a funeral, I won't go back.
Isn't it nice to be from Florida and hit it big and then never go back?
Yeah, that ship sailed. I'm out of there.
I have to go back constantly, mainly because I use it as a tax shelter.
Yeah.
How about you?
I used to do that. So when I played, I claimed, because I bought my parents a house and I claimed residency there.
Sure.
Couple loopholes, had the cell phone bill sent there. So I used to always do that. And then I lived in California, like my 3rd year in the NBA.
California
like,
gets
stuff.
their money.
And my last year in my big deal, they made me pay taxes in California. And it was devastating.
That's a big hit.
Yeah, it was devastating.
What's your actual height for real?
So all NBA players lie.
Yep.
I'm probably 6'8.5".
Okay.
But then come combine, come tube socks, ankles taped. I was measured at 6'10", which is kind of bullshit.
I'm 6'4". What would I be listed at in
You're
the...
6'4", you would definitely be like a 6'7" shooting guard. Oh. Yeah.
I can't shoot though.
If you're white in the NBA, you got to be able to shoot. That's all we got. That's all we got.
I could jump.
Really?
I could always jump. Even back in like high school.
Really?
I had like 2 solid jumps. I was like, all right, that's it for the day.
It would fit today's load management. That's all you got to do.
We do that here on this podcast. Some interviews, I'm hysterical. Some interviews, load management.
Yeah,
I fucking take
it's
it
not
off.
your day.
You went to the University of Florida. Now, you went there the year after they had won back-to-back national champions.
Yeah.
And then you brought the program
to a screeching halt.
NIT tournament.
Yeah.
Oh,
that was a hell of a run.
Congratulations.
Madison Square Garden, bright lights.
I've never watched 1 minute of an NIT tournament game. Have you, Eddie?
Yeah.
You do watch them?
It's on.
Oh, I can't watch it. Every time it's on, I'm like, oh shit, this isn't the tournament.
The knit. It's not dope, especially going from back to back. We also had the #1 recruiting class. So like we're in high school and I'm watching Billy D and Joe Keem and these guys, and they're on top of the world. We go in there with all these high expectations, thinking we can just do what they did, and we sucked. We weren't good. Billy literally kicked us out of the practice facility. There was a time where he wouldn't let us wear anything with a Gator logo on it. So I would practice and like, we was like at a high school gym, like Bew Holtz High School in Gainesville. We would literally practice there because he wouldn't let us practice in the facility. He wouldn't let us wear Gator like warm-ups and jumpsuits around campus.
Seems like that might have affected your psyche.
It was, yeah, took a toll, but it was Dude, it was a rough time.
You were there during Tim Tebow. How much overlap?
3 years.
Did you ever attend any Tim Tebow prayer circles while you were there?
No, didn't do those.
What about a hate speech event from Riley Cooper?
Definitely was there.
real mixed bag on that football team.
How about that? And by the whole Swamp Kings documentary, like it was pretty good, but they left out like 90% of the juicy shit.
I can only imagine. How many chicks do you think Tim Tebow banged while claiming to be a virgin at Florida?
You know what? Banged? 0. And that's apparently the truth.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the other stuff?
Lost interest.
I think he got 6 blowjobs.
Okay. Well, speaking of blowjobs, my wife overlapped with you at Florida.
Oh, boy.
She was on Riker Hall.
Yeah.
And there was a girl apparently famous for just doling those BJs and just down the hall from her. And she said, "Oh, weekly." I mean, I don't want to drop names, but like Joakim Noah was there every week, sometimes twice a week, depending on if it was stressful. She would just say it was just nonsense. Now she won't tell me her name. Hold on. Let me just see if she'll answer. She said I can't tell you her name. You'll say it on air. And she's like a super Christian now.
Are you calling your wife?
Yeah, we'll see if she'll answer.
Oh, gosh.
You know what you do when they don't answer? You FaceTime call because that rings different.
Maybe it's a service thing.
No, it just rings. It rings louder even when it's silent.
She's going to think it's an emergency and we're just trying to figure out who
she doesn't
sucked everyone's dick in Florida. I think something's majorly
mad.
wrong.
I'm
Like, who was the chick that blew Joakim?
9:33. What time is that? I'll try her later. I'll get back to
We'll
that.
get to that. We'll circle back.
We will definitely circle back to that. Were you a maniac in college?
Complete maniac. I probably would have been a higher draft pick after my junior year, but I just loved college and I went back for my senior year and I loved it too. Like I love Florida. I loved going to other, sports events.
Were you a fan of Urban Meyer?
Loved Urban Meyer. Still talk to him to this day.
I like him too.
He's great.
I did a show when he was coaching at Ohio State.
Yeah.
He comes to the show, asks if he can meet me, comes backstage. It's weird to see an older man, and I don't know how old he is, but have an older than him entourage.
Yeah.
Like these weird booster dudes. Just all hanging out with him. And it couldn't have been sweeter to me.
Yeah.
I told my wife that she went there when he won his back-to-back and he was all talking about everything. And then she goes, "Oh, I used to take Pilates or cycling or something from your wife taught a class in Gainesville,
Really?
a workout class." He calls Miss, all these stupid Southern coaches call their wives Miss Carly or whatever. And
Shelley.
Miss Shelley. Calls, gets her on speakerphone. Here, she took your class. I'm like, this guy could have been
That's
nicer.
hilarious. Yes,
I was like, what a good guy.
He was, and they were on top of the world, right? And he was winning the championship. So every year he would do this thing where he took one athlete from each sport and did, because of Tebow, like a retreat and like his lake house. Every year he would pick me from the basketball team. And like I didn't know him yet, but like we hadn't hung out. Now we like hang out on the golf course, like a whole nother different dynamic. But he'd take us to his lake house and I think they'd do like an hour of like, Bible study. But then for the other, 23 hours, we were just hanging, playing games, like getting,
So you just you
yeah, it was
sat
awesome.
through
It's
the Bible
national
study.
Yeah, basically. And he would always do that, and he always like showed me love, and I had always been close with him, and now retiring, and he's a big golfer. I'm a big golfer. We actually just played in a tournament in Orlando like 6 months ago, and he's awesome, dude. He's always been cool as fuck.
What was that tournament you just won?
The Justin Timberlake 8 a.m. Classic. That was in Vegas.
Did you ask him about playing the guitar while Brittany was having a miscarriage?
Yeah, I brought it up. Yeah.
Seemed like
That was actually the first thing I asked. You play golf at all or no?
No, I grew up playing golf. I don't play.
We got to get you out there.
No, I don't like to. It's too much time. I don't.
That's why it's awesome.
No, I
Just
don't
away
like
from everything.
No, I'd rather be home.
Yeah.
I'm like one of these people.
You're a better father than I am.
You know what? Gun to my head, I bet I am. But here's the thing. I probably do what you're supposed to do in a marriage 50% of the work. But I feel like at 50%, there should be a statue in my honor.
Oh, for sure.
Because I'm like, I'm always just like, look at what I've done.
Oh, I do 10. And there is a statue.
There is a
You're not doing it right.
All right, so you got married. I'll talk about wives for a second.
Yeah.
Who has a hotter wife, you or Al Horford?
Oof. I think my wife is a total babe.
Sure.
Al Horford's wife is also a total babe. I guess it's a preference thing.
All right. I want people to start looking up Al Horford's wife.
You're not going to stop there. Yeah, keep it rolling.
Your wife is a twin?
Yeah. So, yeah, she's got an identical twin.
I may have told this story once before, but it doesn't matter if I have. In Titusville, when I was on Squires Drive, I lived across the street from a kid. He was younger than me, and his mom and dad seemed happy enough. His mom dies, and this is like when I'm a kid, but I was old enough to remember this. I was probably 12 or 13. She was a twin. 6 months later, he remarries her sister.
Yeah.
And like the kids,
happened in house.
The kids were much younger than me at the time, probably between like 5 and 8 or 9. And it was almost like just life just went on.
Just kept it moving. I mean, listen.
That was weird.
My daughter, she knows the difference in mom and Hannah.
That's good.
But yeah, I think if there was a situation where we needed to play a little switcheroo, I don't think they'd miss a beat. There's some DNA thing where she's more my daughter's mom than my brother is my daughter's dad because of the whole twin thing.
Does your wife, does she like get on you about?
Never. She's the coolest. I swear that's why I initially like fell in love with her. She was never like a jealous type. Never. When I first met her, I was reckless. I was despicable. She knew everything about me. I was like first girl I never had to lie to. I don't know. It felt good to not be honest. And finally, like it was like kind of like an open thing for like the first couple of months. I would go out. I would not call her. I'd call her next day. I'd tell her what happened. She'd make fun of me. She'd call me gross. And then I'd I would just start it off like that, super friends, casual. And then it got to the point where I could see it was like affecting her, and it got to the point where like I was like could see I'm hurting her, and I was getting real feelings for her, and then it just got to the point where I just didn't want to do that anymore and wanted to be committed to her.
Speaking of which, I got to call my wife again.
So yeah, she not called back?
Oh, she's called back twice. Let me see. She'll pick up this time. How much did that watch cost? Fuck.
What do you think she's doing?
Sleeping with Pierre.
Goddamn Pierre.
How rock solid is your prenup?
It's long. It's great. It's her family, they have a huge trash company in California called Harrison Trash. Her name is Haley Harrison. So they kind of brought the prenup to me. So I was like, oh, this is fucking beautiful. So her inheritance separate, my contracts separate, everything we do since we're married.
Do people have to pass away for her to get her bag, or is this like trickling down to her?
Fingers crossed that there's a couple of bite the dust here. But
do you get along with your in-laws?
Yeah, they're great. They're big sports fans. Love like the Dodgers. Dad loves like cars and basketball. Like he's super easy to get along with.
Does your size intimidate them?
Yeah, a little bit.
How tall is your wife?
5'8".
Oh, she's tall too.
Yeah, our kids are gonna be monsters.
Or they might not be.
No, we'll see a kid and they'll be like, "How old is your daughter?" Like 4, and I'm like, "She's 1." It's almost weird. It's uncomfortable.
Oh man!
But they were like 9 pounds, like 23 inches. Like they weren't like crazy. My brother, I have a brother Chase. He was like 12-pound baby. He was insane.
How tall is your brother?
So I have 3. I'm the tallest. They're like 6'4", 6'5", and 6'7". They're all big.
If you guys went in a fight against the what is it? The Jokic brothers.
Oof. Well, there's only 2. Well, there's 3 of them.
There's
actually,
3.
I guess. Yeah.
You think you could take them with the 4?
I got one brother, Chris. He's a slippery fella. I think.
Team sports. I've never gotten into playing them. I've always enjoyed watching them. You seem like a well-educated person. How many times can you listen to a coach and give 2 shits what they're saying?
It's tough.
I mean, how many adjustments can be made before you're like, I get it. We need to score more points.
Yeah, like that's what's tough, especially now in the NBA too. Like coaches, they get fired all the time. It's like they're not the fucking ones missing the shots. They're not the ones getting blown by on defense. We know what we're supposed to do. I think coaches now, especially in the NBA, it's all managing egos. It's all substitutions and rotations. I think it's the worst job. I'd much rather this side of it where media and I can talk shit about them doing what they're doing wrong.
Okay. You were the 38th pick of the 2011 NBA draft by the Houston Rockets. Did you know that your points per game average ranks you 12th from that class at 12.7, assists rank 11th at 2.7, rebounds 13th at 4.5. You are number 9 in the plus minus at 1.1. I only bring it up to remind Houston they got a first rounder in the second round, and also to show how much I love analytics.
Yeah, I love that. Sounds like I should have been a much higher pick.
What about playing when you were back in Houston, playing with old ball hog? Was that fun?
James Harden. I love playing with James.
Uh-huh.
He was great.
I got nothing about it.
Yeah.
I just wanted to call him a ball. Is Michael Jordan Anthony Edwards' father?
I see this. There was rumors that Jimmy Butler was fucking his son a couple years ago. Nah, I don't think so.
You made more than Michael Jordan in the NBA. Do you ever bring that up to people?
No, but that's awesome. I didn't.
Pretty good.
I didn't off the court though.
Do you feel that playing in the NBA is appropriating black culture?
Yeah. You know, I will talk about, it's funny because the whole race thing, obviously I'm a minority in the NBA, and you'll even see it where they'll be like, I would dunk in a game and the announcer would be like, holy shit, like deceptively athletic from Parsons. And then like Kevin Durant would do the same thing. And they'd be like, wow, look at the length on him. And I'm like, what the fuck? I just did the same thing. Why am I deceptive?
You're deceptive.
Yeah. That just comes with it. Tough.
But now there's so many Europeans.
Yeah, but that doesn't count. Do you count like when people are talking about white? And I'm like, we can't claim Dirk.
Nope.
We don't get Jokic.
Nope.
We get like JJ Redick.
Right.
Like he's ours.
The real honkies.
Yeah.
You played for Mark Cuban. Did you ever try to get on a Shark Tank and pitch him any ideas?
You know what? During COVID, I was gonna after my career, I was gonna go and be like the celeb one. You know, like they have like a fifth one or whatever, and it never happened because of COVID or whatever. But he's every investment I've ever done since I've stopped playing for him. I shoot him an email, and within 20 minutes, he'll respond, ask these questions. He's fantastic when it comes to that shit.
He really is. He's a nice
1,000% and 90% of the time when he says pass, tough market or whatever, I'll pass. And if I've invested in 15 things, 15 of them, he said, good idea, do it. He's great when it comes to that.
Would you consider yourself, were you injury prone or no?
I was never hurt my entire life. My third year in the NBA, I fell, chipped cartilage in my knee. And from then it was just fucking chaos. I had 7 surgeries in 9 years, but it was all stemmed from that one microfracture surgery, which not many people came back from the beginning. But once that happened, I was never the same.
If it happened today, is the surgery already that much better now?
It is. Like Patrick Beverley, he had the same surgery like 3 or 4 years ago. He's still playing. Basically, there's a hole. I have like a hole in my knee, and they try and fill it and drill in it and put a bunch, and it doesn't work. Like I'm 35, I need knee replacement already. Double.
Are you going to do that?
They say you got to wait because I guess if I can't get 2, because so if I need another one in 30 years, if I somehow make it 30 more years, I can't.
You don't plan to make it 30 more years?
I don't know. It's a long time. I'm on a slippery slope.
By the way, in Memphis, while you were in Memphis, did you worry that like every time you ate barbecue that somebody was going to shit in your food?
Or get shot. That's correct.
Memphis is a fun town.
No, it's not.
Oh, it's the best.
The place sucks.
Oh.
It was the most money I ever made, and it was the most miserable I ever was.
For how long were you there?
3 years.
3 years in Memphis.
Like the whole city smells like barbecue sauce. It's fucking dangerous. There's nothing to do at night. When I
What are you talking about? You drive down to Tunica.
Yeah, exactly. To the casino?
Yeah.
Dude, I would drive to Nashville. I skipped Tunica. I would go straight to Nashville.
Nashville's nice.
Yeah, but it's not for me.
People always, the normal people in the world feel no sympathy for you. But I think that travel, I can't even wrap my head around what you guys do.
The travel's not bad.
It's because you're young. But when you think about Popovich doing that travel.
Yeah, but you're tired, but like you're flying private, you're staying at
private.
Ritz-Carlton.
What kind of private is the jet?
747 big private planes.
Can everybody have their own bed?
Like a lay flat, and then there's like poker tables and stuff. And
then you check into the hotel?
No, you go and your key, they give you your key already.
Right, of course. No, I know. But you have to go and you're doing it at night. Right?
Usually, after a game, if it's a back-to-back, it sucks. You're getting in at 2 a.m., and you're playing at 7 p.m. the next night. Mm-hmm. You're tired, but again, at the end of the day, you sleep in. You're not paying for anything. There's trainers and masseuses and everything.
You're talking to the people here and make on their side. I'm not. I'm like, nope, wouldn't do it. I mean, Matt, I love playing basketball. Do I want to play twice a week? Fuck no.
Yeah. Well, that's the worst part. Now that I'm retired and now when I travel and fly with my family, I'm like, damn, this isn't free. I got to pay for this shit. And that sucks.
Yeah, that's where you mess up. See, like as a comic, I get to still be like, oh, guess what? We're going to do a show here.
Yeah.
And it's like, now I'm going to offset this whole expense.
Yeah.
Atlanta, you're there. How long before the accident happened?
3 months.
By the way, who was the driver?
I didn't catch his name.
It was a man?
It was basically this 56-year-old guy lived at home, third DUI.
His third DUI.
Complete junkie.
Well, I mean, usually after 3, you figure things out. Yeah. How's he doing?
I think he's in the slammer.
Is he?
I mean, fuck, he should be.
Well, of course he should be.
Yeah, but I don't know.
You don't know?
I haven't checked in with him.
You've never had like I'm going to sit down with him and forgive this man?
No, I had like this whole lawsuit thing, and there was this whole thing where I basically had to choose whether I was going to play or make a lot of money from the insurance company, and so I went through this whole thing.
He had insurance, though.
He had no fucking insurance.
Well, what insurance company did you sue?
My own.
Your own insurance, you sued him?
Yeah.
Oh, are you still with them as a company?
Yeah.
You are?
Yeah, I mean, they have billions of dollars. I didn't get that much, but they kept me around.
You signed with, this is fascinating to me. Your lawyers were Morgan and Morgan. They're Florida guys.
Yeah.
And they even went to UF.
And the father, John Morgan, went to high school with my parents.
Okay.
At Winter Park High School.
I didn't know they were anything. I just thought they were ambulance chasers when I was a kid growing up because I'd see their commercials.
Well, I think that's what they started as, and they do all the corny commercials and for the people. But
now they're just
now they're here. Now they're everywhere.
Right, and they're like worth
multiple billions. It's crazy. That was my first call.
All right.
And then, speaking of ambulance chasers, then I actually, during my case, I literally did a commercial for them, which is pathetic. They took me golfing first in Orlando. I get wasted. My hair was like blonde from Coachella, and I did a commercial for Morgan & Morgan. I need you to look it up. To cut to save money on my fees. So I now was like a mascot for Morgan & Morgan.
Now, you can't tell us the amount, but who paid you more, Morgan & Morgan or Memphis?
Memphis, because it was for 3. It was
all right.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't know what kind of number they were throwing around. I mean, like, I'm sure Morgan & Morgan were saying this guy was going to be the next, Michael Jordan had he just had a few more years in the league.
Yeah, you could. Yeah.
How long was your actual physical recovery from the accident?
6 months to like a year. But like it's scary when you're dealing with the brain. Like I would literally there'd be scenarios where I would like forget shit and I would like say the wrong thing. I would stutter and I'm like shit like that actually was happening that wasn't happening before.
Are you fully recovered?
Yeah, I think so.
What car were you driving?
It's tacky to say. A Rolls Royce.
Are they good in accidents?
I mean, that thing's a goddamn cruise ship.
Yeah. I mean, I guess that's the good thing.
Yeah. The ambulance said like if I was in a smaller car or something, like I would have been toast.
So you're telling me that buying a Rolls Royce saved your life?
Yeah. Dude, lifesaver.
That should be your sponsor.
Right. Instead of Morgan & Morgan for the people.
I mean, how many more years did you really have?
3 tops. Because my knees, my knees were still fucked.
Your knees aren't because of the accident.
No.
They didn't bring Morgan & Morgan didn't bring that up very often.
The defense did. That was a strong defense.
Well, they just screaming, look at his knees.
Which, by the way, it's very humbling because you're just sitting in this like fucking meeting and your lawyers are telling basically like your brain is fried. The other one's saying how you suck at basketball. You're done anyways. I'm like, what the fuck did I do besides get hit by a drunk driver? Why am I just getting shit on here left and right?
Okay, so now in a healthy space, are you one of these people that's like, I wouldn't have it any other way? Or would you rather that not have happened?
No, I wish that would not have happened because I was healthy and I was planning on playing. I was about to be a free agent because my contract was up too. So I was 31 years old. So I'd rather be playing basketball.
Okay, so you didn't make enough money to be like, no, it's worth it to go out this way.
No, I did, but I would still rather not go through that.
I know. I will see, my contract over at Comedy Central was potentially terminated wrongfully with 5 years left on it when the pandemic happened. And now looking back on the situation, I wouldn't have it any other way.
Yeah.
I would much rather get paid and not work.
Well, yeah, that's what I did for 3 years in Memphis, which is why I'm like Bin Laden in that town. They think I can't go back there.
Right, but you're saying that you would rather play basketball than get paid to not play basketball.
I end up doing fucking commercials for them instead of playing basketball.
Yeah, but that's because you had a head injury.
Yeah, it's because
you should be able to sue them a little bit.
I should. They played me. They took advantage. They took advantage of a concussed kid.
How many times are you wearing a pair of shoes in the NBA? Are they brand new?
No, not brand new.
They're always broken in
You change your shoes like once a week.
once a week.
Yeah, you kind of give them in and out. You want to have a little wear and tear on them, but then once they kind of give a little bit, you switch them out.
What if you're on the bench? What if you don't play? You still
I
switch?
think they got a lot more life then.
Okay. I mean,
Yeah, but you're still practicing with them. You're still shoot around. And if you're not playing, that means you're actually practicing and working harder than the guys that are actually playing. So it's you still got to change them out.
Who was your shoe sponsor?
I was all over. I was Nike, and then I was Adidas, then I went Chinese.
You still Chinese?
No, no,
Okay. Do you have a shoe sponsor still?
nope.
You ever old sneakers from like the 80s and 90s? They're so heavy.
Oh, they're awful.
I can't imagine.
When you watch these cats playing like Chuck Taylors and stuff, it's
well,
like
at least
how-
those were light.
But even like the Jordans, like I can't play in like Jordan 11s or like that are insane. They're so chunky and like,
Do you have a stupid shoe collection?
I do. I have a lot of shoes, but like I don't wear them. Like I don't wear them like all the high top Jordan like ones and fours and 11s. I love those back in the day. I'm not gonna like wear them out.
I'm not into. I mean, I have a ton of shoes, but I don't.
You have big. What do you like? You like Dunks?
What?
You like Nike Dunks?
No,
What do you got? What are you dealing with?
I wear Fendi.
Oh, you bougie bitch. Oh, how much are you making?
Huh?
How much?
Off this? Yeah. Fucking. You still doing any modeling?
No, no.
I remember driving down La Cienega. I would be going to the comedy clubs at night to work out my material, and I saw your sexiness up on La Cienega. I think you're dry humping a motorcycle with a hot chick, and I was like, fuck this guy. God damn it, he's got it all.
Buffalo jeans. That was that.
But then you
shoot-
got hit by a car.
No, we did like a shoot in like Key West, and it was like there was this like Brazilian model girl, and I remember it was like legitimate like soft porn, and they aired it during the Super Bowl. Thank God this jeans are tight.
Now you were probably, I would say, I mean this is biased. I get you were probably the sexiest person in the NBA when you played. Did you agree with that or no?
Yeah, I mean, I think
You were up there.
I think I did pretty well.
You're a good-looking fella.
Thanks,
Now,
man.
who do you think currently is the sexiest man in the NBA?
Currently, there's the new young kid on the Thunder SGA. People love. He's got like the Skims deal.
No, it's Kelly Oubre.
Kelly Oubre's got great eyes.
God damn it, is he beautiful.
He's tall. He's light skinned.
Every time they do a close-up on him, I'm like, oh, get
Yeah,
the
he's
camera
hot.
off. Get the camera off. I'm
He's
going to get a
hot.
boner.
He's definitely not ugly.
I got to give you a gift. Everybody comes on the show gets a gift.
I love that.
We're going to do a jersey swap.
Is that what you want to do?
Oh, no. I just get this off.
What we got?
My jersey.
Yay. I love that. The UCF, the You Can't Finish.
Yeah. I graduated.
Wow, can you sign it?
Yeah, I'm going to sign this for you. Where are you supposed to sign a jersey?
Do you have it? What color is the marker?
Well, it's going to be black, most
If it's
likely.
silver, I'd go, no, if it's black, go here.
Uh-huh. I'll sign that. I'm going to put my shirt back on.
Yeah, why not?
I took my shirt off because I wanted to say jersey swap.
Yeah.
This is
What is this?
no, I didn't open it. Let me tell you something about what this gift is. My friend who she's going to be furious that I'm giving this away.
Are you regifting me?
Yeah, that's all I do. So my friend sends this to my kid, and I'm like, oh, we already have this. She told me what it was before it came, and then she goes, well, just send it back to customer service. And that's what my wife was going to do. And I'm like, I'm not doing that. That's fucking too much work.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to give it.
All right.
Here, I got a knife.
Yeah. So you know what it is.
I think, unless it's not that, there could be something else in there. It's just, it's I think it's supposed to just be like a little thing for a girl. How old your girl? 2.5?
2.5.
No, whatever. She might not. It's probably something for her baby dolls. It was probably. She's a doctor now, though. She went to UF.
Really? Got a lot of UF.
It's all in my family.
Is this what?
It's like a little stroller for her babies or something.
Little little basket stroller.
Yeah, but it's got the thing that goes over. You'll like it. Oh, that's nice. But we already have it. So I'm
Well, thank you.
Now you come home today, you give her a gift, and she's like, what? Thank you.
Wow. Thanks. She's gonna love it.
Put it on the floor.
Yeah.
Let's talk FanDuel. Are you a gambler?
I am a big gambler.
I'm a huge gambler, but not huge stakes. I like to gamble on everything, but
Yeah.
I don't put huge wagers down. You spend real money?
Yeah.
Why?
I love it. It's my
So do
thing.
I.
Yeah, it's my
but
thing.
if you the problem is once you bring the numbers up, you have to keep them up.
I know, and it's over time you're going to lose.
Yeah, I can easily, if I bet $1,000, I'm terrified of the loss.
Do you watch it and sweat it out? Or
Yes.
Oh, see, I'll put a lot more than that, and I won't
Right.
even know. I won't even know it's a sickness.
You know, my favorite bet in the NBA is the first to 15.
You like that bet?
I love it.
I don't like this parlays. I don't like those I don't even like prop bets. I like a teaser for like an NFL.
The NBA bets are stupid because who can cover 12 points?
It's so hard to bet NBA.
I am still furious at Klay Thompson for what he did in Memphis. Maybe 2 years ago. It was a 5-game parlay. Golden State was my final one. They had to cover, and he gets fouled with no time left on the clock.
Missed the free throw.
And all he has to do is hit one to cover. He missed both. I was like, well, Klay,
I'm telling you, dude, it's hard.
I'm not saying that I wished horrible things that day, but
fuck him.
I couldn't handle
And
it.
what's funny is when you're playing too, like you don't know that when you're playing. It's not like Klay Thompson has any clue of the spread.
No.
But then you watch these bad beats and it's crazy, man. Like,
Yeah. My favorite NFL bet is over under 2 people throwing a pass in a game.
like a backup or something, or like a
backup
like
or a
something?
lateral then
Yeah.
into a throw. I love it.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Oh, so you go deep. You get weird on the bets. You don't just do a good old fashioned spread or money line.
No, I do all those.
You do.
Yeah, I do everything, but I don't like. I do small wagers.
You have a coin toss. You betting how long the fucking national anthem is?
No, that's not a real bet.
It used to be.
Yeah, but
how about the streaker? Did you see this in the
no.
Super Bowl?
Huh.
The fucking guy bet like $300,000 that there'd be a streaker during the Super Bowl, and then he streaked and paid $5,000 to get out, and then he ended up netting crazy money.
No, I call bullshit on that whole story. You do a show on FanDuel, hosted by Michelle Beadle.
Yeah,
I love her too.
she's fantastic.
She's really funny. Did she get canned by ESPN or did she
Yeah.
left?
I think it's one of those things you can't fire me because I quit.
Uh-huh.
You know what I mean?
But she's good.
She's
got-
awesome.
She's a Spitfire.
She is hilarious. She knows her shit. She's vulgar. She's one of the boys.
She's San Antonio, isn't she?
Die hard.
Oh yeah. She
And
cares.
now all of a sudden a Knicks fan during the playoffs.
Eddie here is just cares so much about the Spurs. I don't understand it. Like he's a grown man.
I am a grown man.
I shouldn't even say that, but like his dog is named Duncan.
Oh, really?
He has a personalized license plate that says Duncan.
Really?
Duncan.
Well, you don't tell people your exact license plate. You fucking idiot.
What's your social, Eddie?
But I'm like, at what level, like these men that are older than the people that they idolize, it's so weird.
Yeah, like my buddy's a huge Packers fan. It'll piss him off when they lose. Like he's losing sleep. I love the Gators, but like if they lose, like I'm not thrilled, but it's like it's not changing my fucking day. I know grown ass men that like are not going to work the next day.
I'm a diehard Heat fan.
Really?
Yeah. Everything. Miami, I care about everything.
Did you love the big you love the whole when LeBron went there?
Yeah. We're gonna win a bunch. Great. I
Did you like the decision where he took his talents out, did the whole press conference?
Sure. I'm all for
The theater?
the theater. Why not? I don't. And none of that bothers me.
Yeah.
But I'm always about the team. And as soon as you leave, I fucking hate you immediately.
That's fair.
But I'll tell you something that's embarrassing about how I can watch a game. I like to find out if they won or lost before I watch, and then.
Oh, really?
And then if
Like
they
you
lost,
TiVo it?
Yeah. Well, I don't TiVo it because
That's still a thing?
No, that's the thing. But if I know they won, I get very excited and I can watch it. If they lost,
If you know they lost, you still go back and watch
no.
it?
What was your team growing up? Did
The
you
Orlando Magic.
you cared about them?
Oh, Shaq and Penny.
Penny, that was good.
What's funny is I used to fucking love Grant Hill, and he comes to Orlando, and this fucking guy was always hurt, and I remember hating him. And then fast forward my career, I sign on, I'm always hurt, and I'm like, why do these people hate me? And I'm like, oh, that's right, because
I once saw Grant Hill checking out of the hotel in South Beach, and I couldn't believe how long he was complaining about his bill.
like an extra tindy on his bill.
I was just sitting there going, why is he whining about this? Like, just walk away.
Do you check out of hotels?
No,
I don't either. I just leave.
I saw Grant Hill yelling at somebody, so I was like, I'm going to listen.
We probably should, because our bill is probably a little.
No, I got Pete. Pete takes care of it.
Attaboy, Pete. I need a Pete.
Oh, you don't have a Pete?
No.
You got to get a Pete.
I'm probably paying double. Yeah.
Have you been back to Gainesville?
Yeah, so I went back this past year. I actually got inducted into the Hall of Fame. Thanks for having those and your fucking 38 questions and not that.
Hall of Fame.
Like Hall of Fame for University of Florida?
That's exciting.
Yeah, let's dive into that. No, so
Congratulations.
No, thanks, man. But yeah, I went back this last year. I try to go once a year for a football game.
Here's what I think of. If you're there for a football game, great. If you're not, it's a little depressing.
Oh, yeah.
You're like, oh, no, it's not as cute as I remember Gainesville being.
Well, now you go back and see I'm old and I'm creepy if I'm at the bar. It's not the same.
This is my last attempt. I want to know who this girl was
We
giving
need a name.
blowjobs.
Can I write down the name that I think it is?
Yep. No.
It's not? Mm-mm. Well, she...
We got a new name now.
Oh, God. So you're telling me there's two of them? This whole time?
You could have been getting double.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Oh, that.
Chandler, thank you for being on the show. All the best, and I'll see you around.
Yeah, thanks, dude. Appreciate it.
Tosh Show. Well, Carl, that backfired miserably. Now I want to have sex with Chandler Parsons, too. Chandler Parsons! That's just fun to do. A lot of people are turned off by the NBA because the players complain about fouls too much. After every single play, they're turning to the ref to complain. I have a solution for this that I think everybody would enjoy. When you complain about a foul, the ref immediately stops the game, and then they go check to see if you were right. And if you're wrong, the next time out, they bring out one of your family members or whoever you have watching the game in attendance. They bring them out during the little halftime where they, sometimes they'll have like a lady spinning plates or doing some entertainment. No, now the entertainment is we bring out one of your friends or your family members and we cut a finger off. That's going to be entertaining to watch.
Sure.
Uh-huh.
If you're going to want to go to the games, like, oh yeah, I hear they sometimes cut family members' fingers off. And then it's going to stop people from complaining. They're going to be like, oh shit, I better get this right because my mom's only got 2 fingers left.
Season ticket holder.
This is my fix. I want to plug my stand-up dates, but I also want to say something. When shows are sold out, don't go. People always just buy tickets secondhand. I've heard people say, oh, I spent $300 for a ticket and it was just okay. Well, fuck you. My comedy's not worth $300. Okay? You buy them right when they come out. Oh, the tickets are $59 or something. I can give you an amazing night for $59. $300? No, that's not the lane I'm in. That's your fault. There's a formula for my comedy. That's why this works right now. Listening to Carl and I is entertaining. Why? Because you've spent $0. If this was $300, you'd be like, you fucking better make that dog dance or something. All right, so anyway, buy tickets to the ones that aren't sold out. Like, I'm sure Louisville's got tons left. And Indianapolis, there's a second show there. So come see me in Vegas. You get it. All right. Don't forget the GOAT. Every Thursday, a new episode drops. boyswearpink.com. Nothing cuter than seeing a toddler in pink, I've always said. Speaking of toddlers, another one of my son's riveting bedtime stories. We'll see you next week.
Once upon a time in a land, there were 2 little toddler chipmunks, and they knew how to swim. But the only thing they didn't know how was to swim. So one day, they thought they put their bathing boots on. They went outside, they got under the tree, and they learned how to swim under the tree. And it was so fun. So one day, the Oreos song, Oreos. And then, when the Oreos sang, it kept getting louder and louder and louder until It got super loud until there was a monster come in. The end.
Tosh Show. Tosh Show. Tosh Show for show.